This is Proverbs 20 and 24. It says, man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shate from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And today is not really going to be a sit down, but it's more of a testimony, a very brief testimony that happened to me at camp yesterday. And at this moment in time, excuse me, during camp, two brothers drive up with the 12 tribe signs. And as I see them pull up, I go over to help them out. And they said, don't worry about it. We got this. I said, you sure? They're like, oh, yeah, we got it. So they get the signs out of their car and they walk over to the camp. Now, as they're doing this, I'm watching their vehicles just to make sure, none of these random knuckleheads come out of the blue and do something stupid. So the two brothers drop off the 12 tribe signs, walk back to their vehicles, and they tell a few brothers and myself, hey, we're about to go find a parking space. We'll be right back. So we said, all right, cool. We'll see you when you get back. Shalom. And excuse me. As I proceed to walk back to camp, I hear, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Sir, can you help us? Sir, can you help us? I turn around, and in this vehicle, it's an older Elamite couple. They had to be in their late 60s. But, it was an older Elamite couple. I perceived they were from the country of India. And so I walked toward their vehicle and I said, what's going on? And he says, we're going out to a barbecue out in the suburb, and we're trying to figure out the phone to the speaker, and it's not working, and we really need help. And so what the husband was trying to relate to me was that he couldn't figure out how to set up the Bluetooth device in his car so that it syncs with his phone, so he can call people and look at the GPS at the same time without necessarily holding his phone. So I said, okay. So we did some troubleshooting, and eventually I was able to set up the Bluetooth to his phone. And I told him, now, before you take off, I need you to call maybe your son or your daughter, your niece or nephew, just to see if this works out. And they did. They called a number, and though it went to the voicemail, they said, we know that this is this person's number, and they're just not calling us back. This works. So I said, oh, okay, then. Everything is good. Well, I'm glad I can help out. And he's like, oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I was like, no problem. You all have a nice afternoon. And I started to walk away. And as I walked away, I hear, sir, sir, sir. I turn back around, and I walk back to the vehicle. And as soon as I get to the vehicle, I can see the wife reaching into her purse, and she pulls out a white envelope. And I look at it, I was like, that's a banking envelope. Sure enough, it was. She opens the envelope, scrolls through her denominations, and she says, here, take this. I was like, oh, no, I can't say. Like, no, please. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping us out. Thank you so much. I say, you know what? It's no problem. I'm glad I could help. You all are all set up. Hey, just get to where you're going to as safely as possible, and just have a great afternoon. Like I said, I'm glad I could help, and you all have a wonderful day. Take care. And they said, sir, you have a wonderful day too. And I walked back to camp, and they drove off. And it's funny because I didn't understand why that scenario happened until the woman gave me the $10 bill. And that situation was strictly for the purpose of that couple blessing the ministry. And that's why I opened this testimony with Proverbs 20 and 24, where it says, man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? Because when that situation was happening, as it unfolded, to be honest, I didn't want to help them. I just wanted to go camp. And in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm up here trying to camp. And out of all the people in the parking lot, you all want to come to me. I was like, good grief, man. So my mind was more along the lines of, I don't want to help, but if you all are insisting, let me just make this really quick, like a minute or two, and I can just, you all can be on your way. But it just goes to show that the Lord always has different plans. And I didn't understand that until, as I said, she gave me the $10 bill. It was all to bless the ministry, because we know with the Lord, there's no such thing as a coincidence. As it says here, man's goings are of Yahweh. And let's get that word goings.
Strong's H 4703. Mitzad. Mitzad.
Mitzad. No, that's the ma, the tazah, the id. So it's mataza'id. It's mataza'id. Okay, and it says step. Step, figuratively, companionship, going step. And that reminded me of Psalm 119 and 133, where it says, order my steps in thy word. We always want the Lord to order our steps in his word. And that word can be summarized in the Lord's Prayer, where Yahweh Shai says, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So it was the Lord's will and his purpose for that couple to be at State Street and Roosevelt at that specific moment. And out of all the people in the parking lot they could have talked to, they approached a man of the Lord. And I have to take this moment to say, I, with all humbleness and meekness, say that. With all humbleness and meekness, I say that. I pray I'm a man of the Lord. But nonetheless, at all the people they could have talked to in that parking lot, they came up to me. And I didn't understand it at that moment, but once she gave me the $10, I then realized it was all to bless the ministry. That's all it was. And it's funny because when I walked back to camp, I saw the elder Uriah, and, I greeted him and I said, here you go. This is for the treasury. And he's kind of looking at me. I said, yeah, an Elamite couple gave it to me. And I explained what happened. And he was kind of wooed. And I was like, I'm still kind of wooed. He said, yeah, they should be given to us, we're royalty. And, we went on and had a very small conversation about it. But, he was kind of wooed. And like I said, even right now, I'm still wooed telling the story. Because it just goes to show you how the Lord does things, and, you may not perceive what's going on even throughout the situation, but as it reaches its end, you then figure out, oh, that's what it was all about. And I have a feeling, especially in the times that we're coming in, the Lord is about to do some amazing things with us, brothers, where we'll be in very similar situations that, as the world explains, come out of the blue. And we'll be in that situation, not realizing why is this happening to us. But then at the end, it will manifest itself. So that's all I wanted to say on that. Uh, like I said, just a real brief testimony. Yahweh Shem Shai is truly amazing. Lord willing, we all, Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Shai keeps the spirit on us, and we keep fighting to the end. So I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say Shalom.